Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to ask the Class of 2019 Secretary Brennan Troy to approach the podium to deliver the ceremony welcome.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Georgetown Class of 2019 Graduation. I'd like to take a moment and introduce some of our guests and staff who are with us today. Today we are happy to have Selectman Member Mr. Douglas Dawes, Selectman Chair Mr. Joseph Bonavita, School Committee members Ms. Pamela Olenquist, Mrs. Suzanne McDonald, Mr. Michael Hinchcliffe, and School Committee Chair Mrs. Barbie Linares. I'd also like to thank Director of Curriculum and Instruction Mr. Colin McDonald, Special Education Director Mr. Jack Tiano, Assistant Principal Ms. Maria Lyson, Assistant Principal Mr. Guy Prescott, Superintendent Mrs. Carol Jacobs, and Principal Mr. Daniel Richards. I would now like to introduce the Georgetown Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Carol Jacobs.
Thank you, Mr. Richard. They have to make an accommodation for me. Sorry about that. So just let me get my glasses. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Chairman Linares, members of the Georgetown School Committee, Board of Selectmen, esteemed colleagues, family and friends, and of course, most importantly, the class of 2019. Every year, it is my honor and my privilege to welcome you to this important and special event and to say a few words. First, what a glorious day we have here today behind the Pearly Field, outside of the Pearly School where I met most of you for the first time when you were 5 years old. How did it happen that we are once again gathered here today, although for a completely different reason? To you, those kindergarten days might seem like forever ago, but to your teachers, your family, and me, it's gone by in a blink, and we are beyond proud and delighted to be gathered here to celebrate you and as you move on to your next phase in your life. It has been a joy to watch you grow over the years in the classroom and in the athletic fields, and to see how you have given back to your school and your community in so many ways through your participation in clubs and your service projects. Every class leaves a unique mark. You will be remembered as a great class, a close-knit class, talented and artistic, socially connected, altruistic and giving, big-hearted, sincere, respectful, and kind. You seem to have been able to strike a balance between competing at the highest level and still taking time to enjoy your school experience. This is unique because not every class can say this. Balance is easier said than done. Your commitment to one another has been seen clearly. I saw it personally through senior week and at the prom. You certainly made the most of your time together and made a lot of special memories that will last a lifetime. I hope you never lose those great qualities, as they will take you far in life. So I hope that you continue to grow in you as you leave this place and time. The staff and I could not be more proud of you, what you have accomplished, and the great people that you've grown up to be. As I was thinking about the brief message that I would like to leave with you today, I was inspired by an experience that some of us shared earlier this spring. This is an experience that personally touched my heart and is one that I will always consider as one of the most special memories during my time here in Georgetown. Let me just give you an example of what I might want to talk about. So, in the 12 years that I've been here in Georgetown, I have never taken the opportunity to travel to Disney with the band and the chorus, but this year I did. And the best part was that I got to experience it through your eyes. I learned that a person is never too old to tap into the inner child that I hope always is in all of us. For a baby boomer like me, who can still get super excited about waiting in a line for 2 hours to have 60 seconds of thrill and amazement because you recommended it. And thanks to some of you and Mrs. Willis, I learned how to use the Fast Pass to find out how to check wait time on popular rides and how to airdrop photos. All proof that you can teach an old dog new tricks. I will always remember the youthful exuberance that was infectious, and I can say with honesty that I felt like a kid, and I was truly happy during those 5 days that I got to spend with an amazing group of chaperones, music teachers, Mr. Blackman and Miss Donovan, and a fantastic group of students. You definitely touched my heart and gave me a memory that I will never forget. So I thought I would use that as an inspiration for a few comments. Truth be told, I've always loved Disney movies since I was a child. As I was thinking about this speech and my favorite movies, I realized that not only are these movies entertaining, but they also contain important lessons for life, so many of which would be appropriate to reference on today's occasion. The characters teach us lessons about how to be bold, brave, fearless, how to fight for what you care about and not settle, how to embrace who you are and not judge a book by its cover, how to be compassionate and that good always triumphs over evil and happy endings really are possible. Walt Disney himself was a man of modest means who grew up in the early 1900s and rose to fame as one of the most successful men of his time. And to this day, as you know, his vision lives on through the company he built. His path was not easy. He had many failures. But you know what? It only motivated him to move on to the next idea. He dreamed big, took risks and so he really did believe that all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Sadly, Walt Disney never lived to see Disney World built, but he was clearly a man who was ahead of his time. In today's world, the one that you are graduating into, he would be considered an entrepreneur, an innovator, and a visionary. Amazingly, he purchased 30,000 acres of swampland in Florida and turned it into an international treasure known as the happiest place on earth because he had a vision and he had the tenacity and the courage, which is now his legacy. Today, the world is calling for workers like Walt Disney with the ability to create, to innovate, solve problems, and continue to think about the future in any job you do. If he were here today, I think he would be very proud of you and would encourage you to follow his example and to continue to think big, never sell yourself short, embrace challenges and turn them into opportunities, and mostly, I think he would tell you to be courageous and never give up on your dreams, whatever those might be. There are so many wonderful lessons to share from Disney's work, but as you move forward, here are a few to remember. As Dory from Finding Nemo says, when life gets you down, you know what you gotta do? Just keep swimming. Never give up, change course if you must, but keep moving forward. Tiana from The Princess and the Frog tells us the only way to get what you want in this world is through hard work. As you have already learned, life does not follow a smooth path, and you are about to take that to a new level. You may get lucky in your life, but hard work and determination will be responsible for most of the success you find. Always do your best, give it your all, and you will achieve more than you ever think you can. From Beauty and the Beast, we learned that she warned him not to be deceived by appearance, for beauty is found within. You have already learned that what really counts is who a person is on the inside and not how they appear on the outside. But as you venture out, you know there will be others who doubt this truth. Never doubt your inner strength, your moral compass, and stand up for what is right and strive to do the best thing when it comes to those around you and yourself. As the Blue Fairy in Pinocchio said, always let your conscience be your guide. From Mufasa of The Lion King, you must take your place in the circle of life. We are all part of this big, beautiful world, different and alike in unique ways, but there is a place for all of us to make a difference. You have been given much here in Georgetown, and now it is your chance to pay that forward. Always remember that your parents have given you roots, and now it is time for you to fly on your own wings, remembering that we are all connected in this circle of life. From Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King, Hakuna Matata. There is no doubt that the power of positive thinking can make any situation better. And I wish there was enough pixie dust in this world to promise you Hakuna Matata for the rest of your days. Sadly, though, there will be challenges. There are things to worry about in your life. But as you learned in kindergarten, you're going to turn that frown upside down and look at challenges and as opportunities. In truth, some of the best lessons are learned the hard way. And finally, from Cinderella, if you keep believing, the dreams that you wish will come true. So now you're about to become the movie makers of your life story. In these past 18 years or so, you made a short film. Now you are venturing out to make your feature film. Ask yourself in the movie of your life, how would you like to be portrayed? What is your vision? What will your character be like? And who will you become? And what will you stand for? And what will success look like for you? I can't wait to see the movies that you will create. The stage is set, The cameras are ready to roll. You are about to become the star of your own show. As Gabby Bernstein says, don't be afraid to shine. The world definitely needs your light, and we definitely need your light. So, my young friends, as I conclude, I would like to ask Mr. Richards to help me out for a minute. There are many things that I have enjoyed about Mr. Richards' leadership this year in his first year as principal at GMHS, but one of the favorite things has been the shout-outs that he has done with students all year. So I would like to give Mr. Richards a shout-out. Yay, Mr. Richards. And I would like to, Mr. Richards and I would like to send you off with a final shout-out that's designed especially for you. Always remember that you are special young people with your own gifts and talents, and then you will make the world a better place. And we all hope that all of your dreams really do come true. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the commencement exercises of the class of 2019. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Jacobs. I've lost my place in the script now.
I'm sorry, Mr. Richards.
No problem, no problem. At this time, I'd like the high school band to now perform a selection from Burroughs. Thank you, Mr. Black. 19 salutatorian, Emma Thompson.
Friends, family, teachers, administrators, and fellow classmates, good morning and welcome to Georgetown High School's Class of 2019 Commencement Ceremony. I'm Emma Thompson, and it is with great pleasure I speak with you all today. Before I begin, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my teachers and my coaches who have taught and encouraged me along the way. I'd like to thank my friends. I can't imagine surviving high school without you guys. I will always cherish our memories of singing, dancing, and banging our heads. Also, I'd like to thank my parents and my brother for their endless love and support. And finally, I'd like to thank my best friend, my sister, Mary Kate. Thank you for always believing in me and pushing me to be the best I can be. Thanks for always being my hype man and for always being in my corner. While it is my honor to speak to you all today, it was quite a chore to begin writing this speech. What should I say? Where do I begin? I researched a bunch of inspirational quotes, but I didn't want to sound cheesy or cliche. After much angst, I decided to take a trip down memory lane, searching for any inspiration. As I racked my brain, I recalled our second grade heritage projects, the swine flu epidemic that kept most of us from attending the Plymouth Plantation field trip, which I'm still not over missing, our fourth grade animal projects, I'm still proud of my jellyfish, countless Red Sox days, Camp Kiev, Mrs. Birkeland's ginger snaps, Pembroke Olympics, and let's not forget the Toad projects, which are just a blur of Johnny Appleseeds, Benjamin Franklin's, and Pocahontas's. Then there was our rendition of the Jungle Book before we ventured over to the middle school, where our biggest fears were being able to open a locker and staying away from the scary high schoolers. Finally, we became the high schoolers. While it was fun to reminisce, I still had no speech. Hours went by, then days, still no speech. For some reason, all I could think about was our second grade mealworm project. Tending to mealworms? Really? What was the point of that? I distinctly recall that stench. I remember naming each worm and insisting that I knew which one was which day after day, because that one was definitely Bob. Then I remember coming in one day and thinking, wait, is Bob dead? As I realized, so much for taking care of them. As I realized that the point of this elementary school experiment was to teach us about life cycles, this got me thinking. We're transitioning into our next stage of life. High school itself has been a process of change. We are fortunate to live in Georgetown, our small, tight-knit, caring community where we have basically grown up together. Over the past 4 years, we have welcomed newcomers. We have struggled to fit in. We have each grown as individuals. We have built strong friendships, and we have begun to discover who we truly are. Now, whether we are heading off to college, entering the workforce, taking a gap year, or joining the military, we are all moving into the next stage of our lives. Although venturing into the unknown is scary, and whatever journey we choose to take in this world, we will all be broadening our horizons and exploring who we are. In doing so, we should find and follow our passions. We're only 18 years old, some of us only 17. It is not expected that we know yet what we are destined to do. During this next stage of our lives, we should embrace every opportunity to discover new things. We are certain to face obstacles along the way, but they will give us more ways to learn about who we are. So take chances and don't be afraid to fail. Today we are graduating. We all have our parents, loved ones, teachers, administrators, and coaches to thank for getting us here. Our Georgetown community has tended to us and prepared us well for our next stage in life, which is more than I can say I did for Bob. We are certainly not mealworms metamorphosing into beetles, but we are most definitely ready to graduate and venture into our next stage. We're smart, determined, compassionate people, so I urge us to go out there and learn, experience new and wonderful things, and discover who we are and where our passions lie. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2019.
Emma, you have your award up here that we could save that now, or we'll make sure you get it at the end. Thank you, Emma. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the class of 2019 valedictorian, Alyssa Gator.
Good morning, everybody. Before I begin, I must congratulate the class of 2019 for making it to this milestone of a day. I would like to thank the administration, including Principal Richards, Superintendent Jacobs, Assistant Principal Lyson, and Assistant Principal Prescott. I would like to thank the school committee and everybody who worked behind the scenes to make this day come to fruition. I would like to thank all the teachers who worked tirelessly to prepare us all to reach this point in our lives. I would also like to take a moment to thank my mom, my dad, my brother Nick, my sister Gianna, and all my friends for being my support system and helping me get to this point. I want to thank my grandma and my aunts for being here today, as well as my papa, grandma, and grandpa who are here with me today in spirit. Last but not least, thank you to all the families that came here today in support of the class of 2019. I have known since the end of junior year that I would be speaking here today as a representative of the class of 2019. I sat at my computer and looked through the hundreds of photos from over the years. From the birthday parties at Laser Craze, to the 5th grade play The Jungle Book, to the varsity sports photos, and to the senior sunset tradition, I found a single correlation: growth. Who would have thought that we would go from 4-foot-tall kids with some pretty interesting fashion sense, which may have included a feather clipped in our hair, Heelys, or over-the-top sparkly justice clothes, into successful young adults graduating today as part of the class of 2019. I must say, the road to this memorable day was not so easy. After flipping through yearbook photos and pictures on my computer, I knew I had found my inspiration. Each one of us faced obstacles over the last 4 years, whether they were big or small, that shaped us into the people we are today. Something that I was able to learn was that it's the hard days that rock us to our cores and test our limits that truly determine who we are. This idea inspired me as I have faced many hardships over the last 4 years. However, I realized that I wasn't alone and that today I am joined by some of the strongest people who I know. For instance, some of us have experienced loss, a fragmentation within the family, or the closing off of a friendship. Another obstacle may have been navigating social life or dealing with stress from academics. Others of us have faced the obstacle of staying awake in English class or not falling out of their chair. However, it is important to realize that we didn't always have to face these obstacles alone. The togetherness that the class of 2019 displayed in arduous times really characterized our class as a unit. We have been the grade who has always prompted change in a positive way. In 8th grade, we noticed that carrying our books to every class was unnecessary since we had backpacks. Most of us signed a petition that was presented to administration where it was later approved, but we never got to experience what middle school is like with backpacks since the policy was put in place for the following year. So you're welcome to all the middle schoolers. We were the class who fought for senior open campus during exam week, as well as eliminating final exams after AP tests, which we succeeded in earning. We came together as a class and stood up for what we believed. We are a class that started many traditions, such as a senior sunset on the last day of summer and the highly contentious Assassin's game. Just so you know, the only thing that got hurt was Maddie and Amara's pride. Sorry, guys. The resilience that we have acquired is a skill that we can bring with us into the next chapter of our lives. The fortitude that our class has shown is what sets us apart from other generations. From a young age, we have had the courage to ask the questions that aren't being asked, the strength to speak our minds, and the knowledge of how to find the answers. We are the generation that is no longer fearful of the bumps in the roads that are in our way, as we have shown that we have the power of pushing the limits. I know that I have grown as a person, as has every single person sitting in the chairs in front of me today. As individuals and as a group, we have learned that when a life situation pulls us below the water, it is possible to kick off the bottom, find the surface, and breathe again. Whatever life brings us next, whether it's losing a friend, not getting a job that you wanted, or deciding whether or not to leave a note inside the underclassman's car that stole your parking spot, I know that we will come out stronger and make a difference. I encourage all of you to not fear any hindrance, as you have shown how strong you are today by graduating. Don't be afraid to take risks when society is telling you to take the safe route. Be willing to make your own path when the usual one is too crowded. The most real piece of advice that I can give, which I wish I had listened to, was to not wish away time in the hardest moments. It is important to enjoy every single second of every day when times are hard, because those are the moments that you will never get back. It is through life's challenges that we grow and become people who make a difference in the lives of others. There will be great obstacles ahead, but if we push off the bottom, we will find the surface and we will breathe in the new moments that lie ahead of us. Before I leave the stage, you may have noticed that underneath everyone's chair is a box with a cupcake inside. And attached to the top of the cupcake box is a quote, which my friend Cassandra Rio and we had difficulties finding 100 unique ones, so take a moment to read that. And I hope you enjoy the treats and the rest of your day. Congratulations again to the class of 2019.
Thank you, Alyssa. The Georgetown High School chorus will now perform Stand Together by Jim Popoulos.
morning, everyone. As chairman of the Georgetown School Committee, it gives me great pleasure to stand before the graduating class of 2019 and extend our congratulations. We look forward to seeing what the future has in store for all of you. One of the greatest responsibilities of the Georgetown School Committee is to select the recipients of the Baker Adams Scholarships. We award these scholarships to graduating seniors that we feel best display the characteristics that were important to Mr. Adams. Baker Adams was a lifelong resident of Georgetown. He was a well-respected attorney in the area, and he committed his free time to serving Georgetown. Not only was he our town moderator for 25 years, he also served on the town finance committee as well as the Board of Selectmen. The Georgetown School Committee is obligated to select the applicants that have displayed a similar commitment to our community. We believe that today the students selected have exhibited similar goals of Mr. Adams. This morning we are proud to present 13 graduates of Baker Adams Scholarship with a combined total of $26,000. To date, the Baker Adams Scholarship has generously awarded over $200,000 to Georgetown residents. As I read your name, please come forward and receive your award from Mrs. Lundquist. The recipients of a $1,000 scholarship are Kyle Horshevsky and Catherine Kalodris. The recipients of a $1,500 scholarship are Maylinda Chu, Julia Giangrande, Grace Boudreau, and Henry Edwards. The recipients of a $2,000 scholarship are Serena Birkinshaw, Madison Medwood, Emma Thompson, and Haley Zadina. The recipients of a $3,000 scholarship are Alyssa Gaeta and Julia Dentremont. The final scholarship we are presenting is the Citizens Scholar Award in the amount of $4,000. This award is given to a student who we believe demonstrates a strong sense of community involvement as well as excelling in their academic studies. This year's Citizen Scholar was actively engaged in the school community and through participation in school government, athletics, and numerous clubs which positively impacted others. We, as a school committee, have had the pleasure of getting to know her over the last 2 years because of her role as a student representative to the school committee, where she actively engaged in meeting discussions and was a great voice for her peers. We are proud to name the 2019 Citizen Scholar, Chloe Martins. Okay, thank you everybody and congratulations again.
Thank you, Ms. Linares. It is my honor and pleasure to present the 2019 Principals Award. The Principals Award is the highest possible award a student at Georgetown High School can achieve, and thus is intended to be achieved by a student who makes exemplary contributions to the school during his or her school year. The recipient must inspire others through a continuous and exemplary commitment to students' involvement and school spirit. He or she must participate in various school events, be a positive and enthusiastic leader who is willing to make Georgetown High School a better place for all. The individual represents the core values, mission, and statement of Georgetown High School and is well respected by his or her peers, faculty, and the community. It is my honor and pleasure to present to you the recipient of the 2019 Principals Award to Mr. Christopher Swenson. It is now my pleasure to address the soon-to-be graduates in the Georgetown community. Dear class of 2019, each year when graduation comes around, I find myself thinking about its significance, what brought us all here today, and the point, and more importantly, what the future might hold for all of you. Commencement does not mark the end of a stage in your life. It's simply the beginning of a new and exciting one. Over the last year, I have seen firsthand how you have faced challenges, both big and small, and have persevered to win and achieve excellence. I will fondly remember your individual stories, the fun times, the impact you had on the school community, and the difference that you have made. This year, I have taken the time to reflect on our short journey together. When I think of the class of 2019, a recurring theme of gratefulness comes to mind. Today, I would like to recognize those groups of people who have contributed to your success. First, I would like to thank you, the parents, for trusting us with your children and for all your support and encouragement. For the early mornings and the late nights, for being here today to see your hard work come to fruition on this special day. Your hard work and unconditional love and commitment are evident in each one of these graduates. Secondly, I would like to thank you, the students, for showing up each day, trusting us with preparing you for the future, and for working so hard to become well-deserving graduates. It has been my pleasure to work with you along this journey, even if it's been only 1 year. I have enjoyed every step and wish nothing but the very best for each and every one of you. In addition, I'd be remiss if I didn't also thank you for some of those fun antics, which reminds us not to take ourselves so seriously. A big thank you goes out to the Georgetown Public Schools faculty and staff. To put it clearly, our community is lucky to have you. Every day, you go above and beyond to do anything and everything you can to support our students along their journey. Like any production behind the scenes, a tremendous effort goes into planning and teaching every lesson that you prepare. I am privileged to work with such a talented and dedicated team every day. Thank you for your dedication. Please give them a round of applause. In addition, thank you to the police and fire department for supporting and helping to create an environment in which our students remain safe and able to thrive. Without you, we would not be able to accomplish our important work of educating our students. A very special thank you goes out to those in our community whose support is often unseen. In the audience today, there is a large number of community members who continue to give to Georgetown High School because they believe in the leadership, vision, mission, and what Georgetown High School stands for. We can never repay you or thank you enough for caring so deeply about our students. Today, I feel incredibly proud of this community and thankful for the opportunity to serve you all. Finally, a last word to our soon-to-be alumni of Georgetown High School. Take every opportunity to grasp onto the wonderful future that lies ahead, whether it's at college, university, military, or the entire workplace, or entering the workplace. There is a saying I strongly believe in, and hopefully you will take it with you on your next journey. It is, wherever you go, go with all of your heart. I hope you all do just that, and thank you for allowing me to be part of your story and journey. I wish you all the very best for a successful, prosperous, and rewarding future. Congratulations, class of 2019. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the presentations of diplomas. School Committee Chair, Ms. Linares, and members of the school committee, I hereby certify that the students assembled here today have completed the requirements to earn a Georgetown High School diploma. At this time, I'd like to ask Georgetown School Committee Chair, Ms. Linares, and Superintendent Ms. Jacobs to come to the podium to present the diplomas.
Amara Jade Anderson. Cassandra Hayes Ariel. Paul Yeats Beam. Alexander Manuel Beals. Robert Winslow Beals. Eric Ferdinand Birkland. Anna Jane Boudreau. Grace May Boudreau. Serena Jean Birkinshaw. Sebastian Angelo Cameron. Trinity Josephine Casperius. Kyle Ronald Horshevsky. Melinda Kim Chu. Karina Lynn Christensen. Caitlin Mora Cole. Jack Ronan Coulahan. Sabrina Paris Culpepper. Danielle Rose D'Amico. Christopher William DeLuca. Julia Paige Dentremont. Luke Roger Gayton DeShane.
Jake Vincent Dolce-Mascolo. Trevor Cole Drillis. Miles Paris Eason. Matthew Toby Eaton. Olivia Lynn Fair. Taya Madalena Ferrara. Emma Rose Fitzgerald. Ian Lawrence Forgitano. Samantha Laura Geber. Julia Ann Giangrande. Julia Joy Geyer. Mila Lauren Hall. Abigail Karamez Hartman. Carly Jade Higgins.
Catherine Rose Caladris. Ali Francesco Coda.
Lila Jane Kroll. Hunter Thomas Lane. Quinn David Langshear. Stephen Lewis Lapointe. William Riley Lavelle. Sydney Amber Leon. Tatiana Elise Linares. Ryan Jeffrey Litch. Elizabeth Joan Locke. Ryan Lopez. Michael John Lundquist. Sarah Grace Mabius. Dylan Carney Mahoney. Matthew Robert Mansfield. Zachary Dominic Marino. Joshua Martinez. Maeve Catherine McNeil. Nicholas Toby Medvedev. Madison Spooner Medwood. Cody Mello. Emma Virginia Monkevich. James Michael Mosier. Erica Leanne Newton. Jenna Marie Nichols. Colleen Elizabeth O'Connor. Destiny Ashley Odell. Brooke Eleanor O'Donnell. Sarah Ellen Olbash.
Oops.
Olivia Nicole Olson. Jensen Tyler Packard. Carmine Frank Palmisano. Jose Isaias Perez.
Felicia Nicole Pitcher. Victoria Elizabeth Preeman. DeWitt Farnham Purcell II. Timothy Aaron Brzezinski. Cheyenne Elise Rivera. Michael Ryan Roberts. Jordan Erica Sanger. Emily Janice Sands. Patrick Thomas Sedgwick. Gregory Michael Sorensen. Maeve Ann Sousa. Christopher Scott Swenson. Joshua Bernard Tebakin. Jordan Emma Terrio. Kenny Pham Chun. Gabriel Sahadi Vega. Tyler Todd Vision. Brianette Vija Morales. James Lyle Waitman. Brendan McAdoo Willis. Madeline Lee Wood. Haley Marie Zadina.
Class of 2019 salutatorian, Emma Louise Thompson. Class of 2019 valedictorian, Alyssa Nicole Gaeta. Class of 2019 Student Council Vice President, Henry James Edwards. Class of 2019 Student Council President, Chloe Angelina Martins. Class of 2019 Treasurer, Jacqueline Elise Simmons. Class of 2019 Secretary, Brennan Christopher Troy. Class of 2019 Vice President, Nicole Catherine Donnelly. Class of 2019 President, Ethan Michael Block.
I'd like to invite back to the stage Class President Ethan Block.
Okay. Good morning, Georgetown High School. Today is Saturday, June 8th. It is a day to remember. In announcements, today on the Pearly Fields, the senior class of 2019 is going to be graduating. Also, a reminder to all seniors to keep the cigar smoking to a minimum. And yes, Pat, that means juuling also. For those who don't know, my name is Ethan Block, Senior Class President, and it is my honor to once again welcome you all to the graduation of the class of 2019. Faculty and staff, thank you for putting this event together. And parents, thank you for your years of sacrifice and commitment to get each and every one of us on this field today. It's funny to think that only 4 years ago, we all started on a journey together to get to this very moment. It seems like only yesterday we were wandering the halls, fearing to walk past Mrs. Cataldo's room. Yet we all survived, and now here we are, a group of slightly older kids, still having nightmares about chemistry. Whether you're going to college, straight into the working world, or pursuing other endeavors, we're all going to once again have to be patient, to be listeners, and to be proactive, just as we were the first day of freshman year. We were always told this day would come quick, and now that it's here, I can't help but agree. I hope everyone realizes how fast our time together has come to an end, and to use that knowledge in the rest of your life, to ensure that you grab every opportunity that arrives at your door. The future comes fast, and for that reason, I hope each of you makes a plan. Set goals for yourself, and see that you don't fall off the path you've built. Yet remember that it's okay to be flexible, and changing your mind is allowed. It's estimated that 75% of undergraduates change their major during their time in college. And among those, almost all of them said they would never be a teacher. Just ask Mr. Murphy. I have to give him credit, though. He really tried to double major in bad girlfriends and keg stands. But seriously, plan for yourself and plan for your future, because as we've all seen, it comes quickly. My last piece regarding the future is that it's what we do with our time on this planet that will affect what the next generation is able to do. It's the progressions we make and the way we improve society that will in turn better the lives of those who haven't even been born yet. We can make our ideal world, but we need to first realize what makes today's world imperfect, and that can be a challenge. Some wrongs can't be corrected in a single generation's time, but nowhere does it say that we can't help the progression or that we can't take the steps to rewrite the rules. So never stop believing, trying, or inspiring. You see, regardless of your race, sexuality, ethnicity, religion, political affiliation, everyone wants to live a life full of love, peace, and happiness. It doesn't matter who you are now or what you aspire to be, we all possess the power to create change and to build a better world. Right now, we see hate on the rise in all aspects, from a flurry of racism to the most horrific year of school shootings we have ever seen. And while these events may have already happened, communities and families continue to face the impact of those brutalities. The media may move on, but as human beings, we must not forget the lessons and harsh realities learned from such tragedies. Don't fight just for yourself. Do it for your kids and their children to come. Create a better world for those suffering, those oppressed, and those forgotten. The fate of our free world lies in every one of our hands. So my challenge to you all stands. Live a life fuller than you ever could have imagined. And along the way, remember to be happy, to feel love, and to fight for change. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2019.
Whoever tossed their diploma rather than their hat, it's up here in the front. Go ahead and have a seat, and thank you, Ethan. I would like to thank everyone for coming to share in this momentous celebration. For today's musical performances, many thanks to Mr. Blackman and Ms. Donovan and their talented students. Thank you to head custodian Ernie Fazio, Mike Anderson, and his amazing crew who performs magic behind the scenes so we can have an incredible day like today. I can't thank you enough. I'd be remiss not to mention Mr. Paul Swain, who's been over here in the corner with our sound system, which is not an easy task to do. Seniors, on behalf of the faculty and staff at Georgetown High School, I can say that it has been an honor and a privilege to have been able to work with you over the years. There is no doubt that you all will be missed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you the Georgetown High School alumni from the class of 2019. Congratulations and best of luck.